When you step across the white stripe, the only thing that matters is that 6 inches between your backbone and your breastbone.
I like the character of this football team. Because I'll tell you what, guys, when you get your back in a corner and people start looking left and right, all you got to do in this locker room is look at one another.
You guys stood tall. You reached down in the inner part of your gut and you did what had to be done. And I want to tell you something, guys. When you do that, there ain't nobody can ever take that away from you, because you did it. And I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
This team is going to take on the identity of this city, all right? And this city's been down, and it found a way to get up, all right? It's found a way to overcome adversity, all right? And so this team's going to be built on, we're going to kick you in the teeth, all right? And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off, all right? And we're going to stand up, and then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right, and on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap, and we're going to get up, and then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
All right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Spiked Kool-Aid Tuesday night edition. I am here with your favorite Detroit Lions YouTubers. We got Detroit Lions Talk with MICROMIKE. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, what's going on, Gridiron Blitz? I'm excited to be here, talk some Detroit Lions football with a little bit of heat. Let's go.
All right. We also have TROXEL'S Sports Talk. How you doing, buddy?
56K. How does that sound? ISN is in the building. What's going on, everybody?
Sounds good to me. And we got Mark Orem from ORUM'S Forum. What's going on, buddy?
Not much, guys. What's going on, man? Let's have a little bit of spiked Kool-Aid today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. For those of you in the chat, I want to say thank you. I don't really get to the comments this show, but keep that chat going strong because we love to hear that, and we'll get this thing moving. But we wanted to say moment of silence, man. We wanted to give to Schottenheimer, who passed away today at the age of 77. Man, what a coach he was. I remember him, man, and it was just a good thing to see him. So we're going to get this thing started. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to show Detroit Lions fans what kind of attitude they have. And, Mike, I know we're going to wrap up this Matthew Stafford thing because I don't want to say the dude's name anymore. I'm over it. I'm ready to move on. And we're going to wrap this thing up. But I wanted to show the chat. I did this last week. And it was a poll. It said, will you root for the LA Rams now that Matthew Stafford is the quarterback? And a whopping 47% out of 857 votes said that they will not. And the comments were not any nicer. Guys, I got to get your opinion on this. We'll start with MICROMIKE, who I already know the answer to. MICROMIKE, how do you feel about that poll, man? 47% say no, they will not root for Matthew Stafford.
Only 47%. Come on, folks. It should be a little bit higher here. You got to understand, the more losses they get, the better draft capital we get. We need all the help we can get as our team was destroyed via roster, thanks to Quinn Trisha. And I am feeling some type of way, Mr. Matthew Stafford. Jared Goff said something, and you haven't said nothing. Your wife's speaking for you. Hey, that's cool that she speaks. But at the end of the day, she don't play the quarterback position. You did. So, hey, I think it should be higher. I'm feeling some type of way. Maybe like we can make it to get to, like, I don't know, 70%. So if you ain't voted, hit that vote and let's change that.
All right, Mike, I like what you're bringing, man. I like what you're bringing. Yeah, it was not actually a surprise, man, because a lot of people on Twitter are like, oh, my God, Stafford, I'm about to get a jersey and blah, blah, blah. So to see 47% was a bit shocking. Mark Orem, how do you feel about that, man? About 47% of Detroit Lions fans who took that poll said they will not root for Matthew Stafford.
Well, it definitely should be higher. Just like Mike said, man, we're getting those Rams picks. We don't want Stafford to succeed anyways for 2 years. I know I don't want them to succeed for 2 years. I don't want them to make the playoffs. It's time. It's time to move on, man. It's time to move on from Stafford. I'm a big Stafford guy. I loved him here as a quarterback. I thought he got done wrong here, and but we need to move on. Like I'm saying, we have to remember. I don't know if some of these people that are voting don't know that we get those first round picks from the Rams. So let's go, guys, man. Let's get those votes up, man. Get them up.
Exactly. Let's get the votes up and let's get the likes up. Not sure where we are so far, but we got to make sure at least we try. Everybody make that thumb blue if you're on your cell phone and white if you are on your computer for those people far few in between. Now, Troxel Sports Talk, how do you feel, man? I know me and you were kind of torn on the Stafford thing. We wanted him to stay for different reasons at the time. 47% say of the poll takers that they will not root for Matthew Stafford in LA. How do you feel, man?
It should be 100% because like MICROMIKE said, like Mark ORUM'S said, we need those draft picks, people. You build through the draft. So I hope when we play them this year, we bite Stafford's kneecap off. And if they try to knock us down, guess what? We'll bite the other kneecap off of him because I want those draft picks.
Man, Trox is on a whole nother level. Let me know if you know where that came from in the chat below. And we got Antonio Hightower. What's going on, Tone?
Okay.
All right. Tone is, as usual,
late to the party. Going on over there, clearly.
Late to the party and late to the situation. What is going on, Tone? I'm up, and he's out of there. He gone.
He's a 10-second man, bro.
Absolutely. So listen. I wanted to get this. Phone lines will be open approximately in 13 minutes. So we want them phone lines blowing up. The number will go up in a little while. And I'm not sure what's going on because I can't see the comments because I'm too busy doing my thing on this side of the situation. So we're going to move on to and get this Matthew Stafford thing out of the way. Now, Mike, I know you're kind of like the Detroit Lions guy, this whole situation. And we're going to talk now about the Carolina Panther trade, which probably was the best one. I know we talked about it last week and where it would fall, but something else came out this week that Teddy Bridgewater was actually going to be included in the trade had the Detroit Lions traded with the Carolina Panthers. So how do you feel about that, man?
I like Jared Goff over Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater is a bridge quarterback, all pun intended. I would prefer having a guy who's a little bit younger, who has more of an upside, even though I feel like, again, these both are not going to be the future of the Detroit Lions. We think 10 years down the road. But in my opinion, I would rather have 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick. This deal is Teddy Bridgewater and a 5th-round pick and the 8th pick. Still like the deal that we got.
Yeah, I agree. I like the deal that we got as well, but I think that it might make it a little more intriguing. A lot of people say, well, we didn't get that much capital this year, and I think that that's probably what a lot of fans would have wanted. Now, Mark, how do you feel, man, about the news coming out now that Teddy Bridgewater was going to be included? So we would have got the 8th overall pick in the 2021 draft. We would have got a 5th round pick as well, I'm assuming, this draft, and quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, man. How do you feel about that?
I'm not feeling any type of way on that. Teddy Bridgewater, I don't think is an upgrade over Goff. I think Goff is a better quarterback, if you want to tell you the truth there. But the 8th is really enticing. That's really enticing. But the 5th round pick, you know what? I'd rather have the 2 firsts any day of the week. I don't care how late they're going to be. Those 2 firsts are the kicker for me.
Yeah,
that's what really made this trade go. And getting a 3rd, 2 in this year's draft and a player in Goff. Yes, he might be that bridge quarterback as well, but I'd rather work with that than any deal that the Carolina Panthers offered us.
So, Mark, you don't feel like that? Well, you just kind of answered that, but you don't feel like Teddy, because last week it was the 8th overall pick, and I think it was an undisclosed pick, if I'm not mistaken. Like we didn't know a later round pick. So Teddy Bridgewater doesn't sweeten the pot, obviously, for you, right?
Not for me, man. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. The thing about Bridgewater is that he's pretty accurate. He's been a pretty accurate quarterback over his tenure in the NFL, but I don't think it's much of a difference between him and and Goff. I'd actually say Goff is a little bit better, to tell you the truth. So it doesn't entice me. Plus, every time something comes out like this, we always get like 3 or 4 different guys saying 3 or 4 500 different things. Yeah. So it's like I don't even know who's telling the truth, man. Because when it first came out, it was an 8th overall pick and a later pick down the road. Now all of a sudden, the Lions apparently wanted Bridgewater, and now Carolina said no. Now all of a sudden, he was in the deal, and a 5th was there. So I don't even know who to believe anymore when this stuff comes out.
Well, you know what? I think it's very intriguing because if you guys watched me a couple years ago, I was very high on Teddy B coming to Detroit, but in a backup role, never the starter. Right. He was going to be that reliable backup, in my opinion, to Matthew Stafford, somebody we can trust over a Chase, McDonald's, McBurger, Daniels, all of those things together, man. You know how my disdain for this guy, probably a nice, likable guy in person, but on the football field, you get him out of here. Get him out of here. Yeah. Troxel Sports Talk. So you see the stat, man, and you see what the offer was. They're saying Teddy Bridgewater, Mr. Two Gloves himself, the 8th round pick and the 5th round pick for this year. Does that change your opinion on the trade with the Carolina Panthers?
2 gloves. I said 2 gloves. Now, I mean, were we gonna get the Teddy Bridgewater that came from the Carolina Panthers, or the Teddy Bridgewater that came from the Minnesota Vikings? Because I think we saw 2 different Teddy Bridgewaters.
Okay, Trox, let me jump in real quick, man. What about the one from the Saints? I think he came in, he won 3 or 4 in a row while Drew Brees was out last year before they got Jameis. Still no difference there.
No, well, no, that even that Saints one was still in that shell of the Minnesota Vikings, Teddy Bridgewater, because I thought he played exceptionally well. When he went to the Carolina Panthers, I don't know if it was because the lack of, Christian McCaffrey. Thank you, McCaffrey, for killing my fantasy squad.
I think he killed everybody's fantasy squad.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if it was the lack of, having a run game. But overall, though, like, you've seen 2 tales of 2 different tapes. You've seen a good Teddy Bridgewater, then you see he's solid Teddy Bridgewater. I think the 2 first-round draft picks is what technically swayed him. If, the Carolina Panthers would have added a future first-round draft pick with the 8th overall and the 5th rounder plus Teddy Bridgewater, I think Teddy Bridgewater would be our quarterback right now.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? So if we take Teddy Bridgewater, my thing is, Teddy, I had a lot of faith in him as a backup quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Never really accepted him as a starter. And I think if you are letting a guy, because I don't remember if he was hurt when Philip Walker came in or Philip got the start when they annihilated our Detroit Lions, first shutout in years, by the way. That was a team led by PJ Walker. So to me, I've never liked the gloves coming from Teddy B. I know he's been wearing them for a long time. As a backup, he does what he needs to do, but as a starter, I'm not too high on that. And for me, that 8th overall pick is the only intriguing thing of this whole situation. Now, Mike, had we done that, do you still think, had we made this trade, we got Teddy B, what do we do at that 7th spot? Because I know we're talking about maybe not taking a quarterback now. You said they may not. What do we do if we actually take that trade for Teddy Bridgewater and the 8th overall pick?
We're either going to take a quarterback at 7 or we're going to move up and take a quarterback. That's exactly what we'd be doing, because Teddy Bridgewater is not the answer. He's not the long-term answer. He's just a guy. He's a guy that's in the position, and hey, look, hey, we got a guy there who can throw the football. Look, we need to get a real quarterback. That's what they need to do. And so they're going for Trey Lance, Justin P. Fields. If Zach Wilson fell, but I think he's number 2, that's what we'd be doing, getting a quarterback. And I would not say it's off the table even now to go ahead and get a quarterback.
Well, Mike, you kind of going one minute you said we would, 1 minute you said we wouldn't. So I guess you're back on.
Why?
Yeah, I know. I watch your videos, bro. I know. But go ahead, tell the people that might not have seen, the few people that might not have seen MicroMike's video, tell the people why the Lions may take a quarterback still at 7.
They didn't specifically go after Drew, or they didn't specifically go after Jared Goff here. They looked like they tried to make a trade for Drew Lock. Now Teddy Bridgewater, looking at Jared Goff here, and they tried to acquire Aaron Donald. It looks like they're just trying to get the best player they could get. So to me, and again, when it comes to Holmes, he was looking to just get the best player that they can get in the best deal. And that just so happens to be Jared Goff. And to me, when you see that, and again, you have to go at the best position you can. And if the quarterback is there at 7, you take it.
Absolutely. We got Antonio Hightower back again and again. Antone, are you back, bro?
Yeah, I'm here now.
Okay, Tone. Okay, all right, man. I know you usually holler at us in the bathroom. You know, we got to change that, brother. We got to change that. But we're talking about that Teddy Bridgewater, 8th overall pick, which is the pick right after ours, and a 5th round pick this year from the Carolina Panthers. Now, you usually have an off the wall philosophy, Tone. How are you feeling about this, man? Is this something that you take?
Because initially, what I heard, it was just the 8th and a 5th, which even then I wouldn't took it.
Right.
An 8th, the 5th, and Teddy. I like that offer more than Goff's offer. The only problem I have with that offer is you got to pay Teddy, and he just got his contract. Mm-hmm. So I doubt I doubt you're gonna be able to get his contract off the books as quickly as you would be able to do with Goff. Even though I would prefer having the Panthers 8th overall pick versus the Rams 2 first, because I already know what I'm getting with the 8th overall pick. With the Rams, I could just get 2 20s, late 20s, 30s picks. With the Panthers, I got back-to-back picks. I got ammo to move up if I want to go get a Zach Wilson. Or I got ammo, I could just move back and just gather up picks. It allows us for more flexibility. But I don't know about Bridgewater, because I don't know, like, as much as we talk about Jared Goff's contract, his contract, you can at least get that off the books pretty soon. So I'm actually looking at Teddy's contract. So he only has 2 years left.
Yeah, I think I know he got 60-something million. I think it was a 3-year deal.
Oh,
so
I would have took that deal then.
Really?
Because,
so you're taking. So let me get this straight.
Teddy in a year, or you can
okay. So
contract right now.
All right. So you take. Okay. So you get the next pick. So if you do that, then in a minute, Tone, in a minute or less, who are you taking with number 7 and 8 if you take that trade?
I guess I would have to take like Trey Lance and.
Wow, Trey Lance. That's a little bit of a that is a little bit of a surprise, because you said he's real raw. So
yeah, he is real raw. But getting any of the top 4 quarterbacks, you should do it if you can. And I guess Micah, because even though I don't want Micah 8, can't really think of anybody else. It just really depends. I would rather move up, to be honest, because I think if we got 7 and 8, I think you have the ammo to move up to number 2 if you want to.
Okay, so if we do that, then Tone thinks we're getting a quarterback. If we do that, we got 7, 8. Maybe we leverage 7 and 8 to go to 2. I don't know about that, guys. But the phone lines are open. We want them things lit, blowing up. We'll be taking phone calls for the next 10 minutes, and then we'll move on to the next topic. But Troxel Sports Talk, man. Tone is saying potentially maybe trade 7 and 8. Tone, is that what you're saying? 7 and 8 to go up to 2?
I think it really depends on what the offers are, but I think we would have the best offer. Now, if the other offers are significantly worse, then we might go like, well, we'll give you 7 and 8, you give us the first, and you might give us another pick back. I think it depends on the offer. But if you got 7 and 8, you gotta move up if you can.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I'm not feeling this. I see it. I see why it could have been enticing, because you get 7, then you're picking back to back. I mean, you could literally that's a perfect situation of having your cake at 7 and eating it too at 8. Who do you do? Do you take Trey Lance, and do you take somebody directly after him, 2 studs that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to get? But I like what the Lions are doing for the future, and I think that's the most important part, is that we don't expect us to win this year, but it's the future. I think Brad wants to be competitive this year, and I think maybe that would have helped to further that cause. Now, Troxel Sports Talk, how do you feel, man? If we take 7 and 8, do you think that makes us a more competitive team for this year?
I definitely do. If we would have had 7 and 8, because with 7, say you have a Teddy Bridgewater, okay? Grid, you even said it. You can use him as your bridge quarterback or as your backup quarterback. So either way, he's still useful. With the number 8 overall pick, you could, select I forgot his first name, but his last name is Slater, the offensive tackle. With the seventh overall, Rashawn Slater, and with the 7th overall pick, you could select your quarterback. Now that solidified your offensive line, your quarterback. You have your tight ends, you have your running backs. All you need now is wide receivers on offense. That side of the ball is complete. On the flip side, maybe you do leverage the 7th and 8th. Move up to number 2. Maybe now you get a Zach Wilson, and and you have Zach Wilson coming in as your starting quarterback, or vice versa with Teddy Bridgewater, and you go from there.
Okay, all right. Well, Trox, that's a good take, my brother. Appreciate that. Listen, we got an excellent panel today. ISN members, the whole panel is ISN members, and we try to give y'all the best content possible, whether it's your team, our team, it doesn't matter. So with that being said, subscribe to our guy, Mark Orum. ORUM'S forum just crossed 600, had a bomb video the other day, and we appreciate the work Mark puts in. So make sure you guys subscribe to Mark Orum of ORUM'S forum. Now, we do have somebody on the line. I think that this guy is going to be a regular caller, and we'll take his call real quick. What's going on, Ty?
Oh, Ty.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's up? Now, Ty, you called and you was whispering last time. You got to speak up this time, brother. What's going on, man?
Okay. Well, first thing first, sad Chiefs fan here.
Sad Chiefs fan. Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I was listening to your Teddy Bridgewater stuff, and I think that would have been a better thing for you guys. Honestly, I think at number 7 you take Trey Lance. At number 8 you guys could have took Micah Parsons out of Penn State.
Okay, so you think that for us the better deal would have been 7 and 8. We get the quarterback, the quarterback on offense and Trey. We get the quarterback in defense, as like Mike likes to call him, in Micah Parsons at 8, barring he's still there. You think that's better than the current deal that we already took?
Yeah, I think that's better. I mean, Micah Parsons, I think, is going to be a beast coming to the NFL in the upcoming years.
So a lot of people that feel that. A lot of people that feel that, man. A lot of people that feel that. Well, that is entertaining. Now, Ty, since you're a Chiefs fan, and I know you in mourning, how are you feeling right now, man? We'll touch on that for a little bit.
Oh, my gosh. There was kind of a little bit of stuff. Since I know you will watch the NFL scripted. Yeah. And I kind of think this Super Bowl is scripted a little bit, and there's a reason why. Well, I had first looked at TV viewings. Okay. I'm going to ask you this: well, let's just say you're Roger Goodell, and you want TV views. Okay. Mm-hmm. What would you rather want? A guy 10th Super Bowl looking for his 7th ring that's 43 years old versus a guy who's got way more years left than Tom Brady, that's looking for a 2nd Super Bowl, looking to run it back.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what, Ty? Listen, man, I appreciate you. I'm gonna throw that to the panel, and then we'll move on to the next subject. Thanks, Ty, man. Appreciate you calling and everything you do for the channel, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for letting me on.
No problem. So Ty is going conspiracy real quick, guys, in a minute or less. How are you guys feeling, man? Was the Super Bowl what you thought it was going to be? Because I think Patrick Mahomes, man, he had the turf toe. He gave it all he had. He fell short. But, Ty's throwing some conspiracy stuff in there, and we already know how that is. But Roger Goodell prefers the ratings of an older gentleman versus the young up-and-coming stud. We'll start with TROXEL'S Sports Talk. How are you feeling, man? Real quick, bro. We don't want to spend too long on this.
I mean, Ndamukong Suh got his first Super Bowl, so
no complaints.
I mean, it's the history of the Detroit Lions. They go elsewhere, they win a Super Bowl.
All right. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's facts. So shout out to Ndamukong Suh, man. Ndamukong Suh been what this is his 5th team, somewhere around there. Finally got that ring, man. Finally got that ring. So I think anybody, real quick, before we move on to the next topic, we'll start with Mark. Mark, he signed a 1-year deal, right? If I'm not mistaken. Is there any possibility Suh comes back to the D this coming season?
No. I don't think he's coming back. I know he was talking really good. He put it out there to Jared Goff that he's going to a really good city and all that, blah, blah, blah. He's pretty classy in that type of way. But we all know, man, when he got drafted here, I don't think he ever wanted to be here. You know?
I agree. Yeah.
And especially with his sister coming out saying, I can't wait to get out of here in 4 years. Remember that? She went on Twitter or whatever and just went off about that. And he just never seemed like he wanted to be here. He wanted to go to the sunny, like the sunny area. He wanted to go to Miami, Florida. He wanted to do all that stuff. He just didn't. He's not going to come back here, man. He would be like $6, $7, $8 million. I would think on a 1-year deal, but he's not going to come back here, man. But it's weird though. What's going on right now? What you're seeing with these, it's not players coming here, but the coaches that are coming here is what's really crazy. So some of these coaches might bring some of these players here because we just got a guy that just jumped Tampa Bay and is coming here. Antoine Randall. So I don't know, man. Like you never know. Like we might have some ties there. So, but I don't see Suh coming here. I really don't.
Neither do I. And we got a lot of people. Phone lines are kind of shy. They're kind of shy. So they are open for the next couple of minutes. But if you guys are a little shy to call in, or maybe you haven't had your Spiked Kool-Aid, you will be able to call a voicemail number and put your comments in that way. And then I will be able to address, and that will be a Monday video. So if you guys are a little bit nervous, I can understand that, but we don't bite. Come on in and give the phone lines a call. So with that being said, Mark, you brought it up. And I want to throw this to MICROMIKE since he's the Lions guy that just does everything Detroit Lions. Mike, breaking news, man, not too breaking. Antoine Randall, former Pittsburgh Steeler, is now the wide receiver coach of the Detroit Lions. Is that a good move to you?
Man, I love seeing all these former players come into Detroit. I always like the idea of having former players become coaches because I think players respect that a little bit more. I always revert back to my military career. I think if you've served in combat, when you are training with young people, they tend to like the people that's been in combat compared to somebody who's green. And so I kind of feel like that would be the case there as well, as somebody that's been through the ups and downs of being a football player. I don't know, maybe Juju Smith-Schuster, he could be a free agent, right? So that's a connection there. But I like it, having Antoine Randall help out with the Detroit Lions, and let's continue this great gathering of former players.
I like that. The fellowship of the rings, hopefully, right? TROXEL'S Sports Talk, man, the residential Pittsburgh Steeler fan.
Absolutely.
Among other fans of all other teams. Trox, how do you feel, man, about Randall L? He was a dynamic receiver and mostly kick return that I remember him, man, did his thing. How do you feel about him being the wide receivers coach for our Detroit Lions?
I absolutely love it. Why do I love it? Exactly what you just said when you try to announce him. He's a wide receiver and also worked as a special teamist. Who's our guy that needs a little bit of extra coaching? Jamal Agnew.
I was going to say, who's left on the team?
He's a free.
Is he a free agent?
He's a free agent too, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would bring him in. I would bring him back on a small deal. And absolutely, bring him in and give him a shot. I mean, he is a Pro Bowl returner, so I mean, I don't want to lose that. He's still relatively young, so bringing in an Antoine Randall L is going to help him maybe take that next step on the offensive side of the ball.
Okay. All right. Well, we got somebody who decided they're not going to be shy. They're going to call in to the show. I appreciate that. We got the curse of Matthew Stafford. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, guys?
What's up, buddy? How you doing, Curse? Can I call you Curse?
Man, we're doing, man.
What's up, man? What's on your mind? What's on your mind, buddy?
Man, I don't know. What do you guys think about all these coaches they hire?
I like it. I like it. I think Mike said it the best. Curse. He said the Avengers. That's what it kind of feel like, man.
Yeah.
Sound like we trying to form up against Thanos and get this thing going, man. How do you feel is the better question?
I wasn't into the head coach or the GM, but I like all the assistants being ex-players. And you got to remember now, Mike, he likes everything.
That's facts.
That's why he is Detroit Lions Talk with MicroMike. Now, since I got you on the line, buddy. I got you on the line. We had some dialogue about our former quarterback, Matthew Stafford. And I know you got some feelings on that, man. You didn't get to talk about it before. So give us your take on this whole Matthew Stafford leaving the team situation.
I've been a big fan of Stafford just simply because he's the best quarterback we've had since I've been watching the Lions.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to sit through Eric Hipple, Andre Ware, Rodney Peete, Eric Kramer. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah.
So when Scott Mitchell's your best quarterback and Eric Kramer has more playoff wins, I mean, in 20-some years, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know we talked about it, Curse, and how do you feel about Goff, man? Do you feel like he can take the step in the right direction, or you think it's going to be a long couple of years?
I think Goff's in trouble, man. Who's he going to throw the ball to?
That is absolutely
himself.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen it happen before.
He's going to have to. He might as well learn the run pass option and just run.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, wow, that's pretty good. That's good.
Dangerous. That's dangerous.
I don't see start re-signing Golladay for the money. I mean, if Stafford would have stayed, I could have seen it, but Goff don't really have the arm Stafford's got.
Yeah.
So the jump ball is pretty much over.
Yeah, but who do we have to jump for the ball? It's not. I mean, Cephas.
Oh, well,
yeah.
We don't have a quarterback to throw the jump ball right now, so you need more speedy receivers, bro.
Yeah.
We need more speedy receivers right now. We need to get rid of some of these guys and then just get what we can get. Go for speed and hands.
Well, I think that's on the way. I think it is. Well, listen, we got to find a short name. Let me ask you, bro. What the curse of Matthew Stafford? What you want me to call you for short? That's pretty long.
Well, dude, it'll be changing soon.
This dude, this is my guy, man. It was fire. What was it? Tell us the names before we move on.
I started out with just my regular name, Matthew Huntley. Then I switched to fire all of them.
Yep.
And then I switched to hire the right one.
Yep.
And then when they got rid of Stafford, I switched to the curse of Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I can't wait to the next one. I really can't wait to the next one, man. But Matt, I appreciate you as always, brother. Everything you've done for me over the past couple of years, man. You are the man, and I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys. Mark Orum, I still think Trey Flowers is there to hold the edge.
Oh, okay.
That's good. $90 million to do that. Yep.
Yeah, he better do something. But,
that's right.
Matt, appreciate you, bro. I really do, man.
All right, guys.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Matthew Huntley, he been rocking with me for a long time, bro. I appreciate him. So I don't know, guys.
Shout out to Matthew Huntley.
Shout out to Matthew Huntley, man. All right, well, the phone lines are going to close down now. We'll open them back up in a little while. Man, it's been so crazy because Matthew Stafford is like, he hasn't said anything, and I know we've talked about this, and this is it, y'all. Like, I'm ready to move on to the guy that concerns me, which is Jared Goff, and finding him somebody to catch the ball, finding the offensive lineman to protect them, getting some defense, man. My team, I can't be worried about other teams because that just doesn't concern me. But, I mean, the worse the Rams do, the better the Lions picks. The better is Lions picks. Yep, absolutely. Right. So we're going to move on to the next topic, and that topic is Mr. Megatron. Sorry, bro. Calvin Johnson, future or current Hall of Famer, going down in a Hall of Fame, man. First ballot, my man. We all knew it was going to happen. Trox, I knew we talked about it all the time. There are some guys that didn't think it was going to happen, but shout out to Calvin Johnson for getting in the Hall of Fame. So this came out early this week. There was an interview about it where he spoke with, I forgot who it was, but I know I saw Micah Rothstein as well, the ESPN Detroit sideline reporter. And Calvin says, I know that myself and Sheila, referring to reconciling the relationship, says we've had some great conversations recently. I think we're moving in the right direction. Now, if you guys are not sure what's going on, Calvin Johnson retired in 2016, right before free agency hit, and the Lions asked him to return $1.1 million of his bonus, I think it was. And from that moment on, there's just been a huge rift in the relationship. And the Detroit Lions have been known to kind of create these relationship rifts with some of their star players. So we'll start with Troxel Sports Talk. How do you feel about a possible man with Calvin Megatron Johnson, man?
Well, first and foremost, let's give a crowd cheer for Megatron making the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. Congratulations. I knew he was going. There was some people that said he wasn't going in on first ballot. I don't know who they were, but that's crazy. But now it's all irrelevant because my man is in first ballot. So congratulations to him. So Trox, how you feel about a reconciliation, man? Do you think it's important for the Detroit Lions?
Absolutely it is. Why do I say that? We're going to have a lot of young wide receivers. We're going to have Antoine Randall, a former player. Maybe he could be buddies with Calvin Johnson. Hey, you want to come in for practice one day? Come in for practice another day? Something like that. Show these young cats how to really do it. You know, and that's going to, holy smokes, that's going to help. Because I think that's what Barry's been kind of doing a little behind the scenes. Hey, you know, watch you run up here, run over here, and see what can happen. You know, with some of these younger running backs like a DeAndre Swift. You know, so absolutely, I love it. Sheila, if you do this, you are a GOAT, or should I say, what? Greatest woman of all time.
Wow, I don't know if I like the sound of that. Try.
I almost thought you swore there.
Yeah, man. Whoa. I thought, man, holy smokes.
Yeah,
I don't know. It sounds very
missing
you got a guat, and then you got okay, Chuck. I'm gonna let you slide, brother. I'm gonna let you slide, man. Man, so hey, we're gonna go to Mark Orum from ORUM'S Forum. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Mark is banging out videos over there, man. Trying to get this guy to 1,000. So make sure you guys subscribe to ORUM'S Forum. Orum, do you think it's important for the Lions to mend this relationship with Calvin Johnson?
I think it's very important, man. And congratulations to Calvin again.
Thanks.
This is a guy, man, come on, this is a top 5 wide receiver of all time. And like one of the probably top 50th players of all time, if you want to go as far as that. Mm-hmm. This guy was a stud, man. This guy was a stud on the field. This is really good. This is good to hear. It's finally going to get squashed. I think it's petty. I think it was a petty thing on both sides, to tell you the truth. Yeah. $1.1 million. My goodness. Like, come on, guys. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I'll be petty for it. I will be petty for it. You know, if it gets me 1.1 million, just throw petty on me. Just throw it on me.
Oh, no, for sure, man. No, yeah. I just think both sides. I think the organization should have let him keep the 1.1. And I think Calvin was like, okay, man, like you gave me 160 plus over the years, 160 million, probably more.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I think both sides coming together on this is a good thing for the organization. And it's just like Trox said, like, because Calvin was never coming and working with Golladay. Apparently, he was never working with any kind of wide receivers from Detroit. That's my understanding. Now, if this can open the door, like Trox said, for Calvin to come in on a couple practices and talk to these young guys. So this is great for the organization. This is good. It's finally getting squashed, and I'm happy.
Yeah, you know, I was very anti-Calvin, man. When I first heard about this 2 years ago, I mean, I came at this dude and I was upset. And then I saw a video done by the phenomenal Flimlo Raps, and he broke it down as to what Calvin went through and stuff like that with the organization. And then I had to take all my words back. And then I thought about Barry Sanders. Well, Barry walked away from this organization. They had a huge rift between one of the greatest, if not the greatest running back of all time, or at least a lot of people's generation. And that if it happens twice in a row, it's got to go deeper than just the players. So when I learned more about the situation, I said, hey, this is on the Detroit Lions to do. To fix this, and I think that I think that it's very important. So I kind of side with Calvin now. Calvin sacrificed his body, his health, and yeah, it's $1 million. And I think Mark, you hit it on the head. It was petty, but it was petty of the Detroit Lions to be like, you know what? Give me my $1 million back. You want to retire? Because I think the Lions' feelings was hurt that this dude retired because Calvin still had a lot left. And I think that's what it was, is their feelings were hurt and they felt some type of way. And they said, well, all we can do is ask for $1 million back. But I think they could have asked for all of it back, but they only asked for 1.1 million or something like that. So, but like you said, man, it's petty overall. Now, MicroMike looking like Phil Collins. It's the heat of the night right now, man. What is going on? How do you feel about the whole Calvin Johnson reconciliation? Looking like Phil Collins, son of man. What's going on, Mike? So how do you feel, bro? Trying to keep you up over there, man. I
feel real good. When a Calvin Johnson has no issues with the Detroit Lions, I'm all right. I'm going to just say what Matthew McConaughey once said. High school girls. Oh, yeah.
Oh Lord, Mike. Hey, no more Red Robin for you, brother. No more Red Robin for you. Come on, Mike. That's all you got, man.
Look, I'm happy for Calvin. I'm happy for the Lions. I'm ready to see him on the sideline. He's a great.
It looked like you ready to be on the sideline, my brother.
Man, that burger was big.
It got you, man. That brother got
he got the itis.
He do got the itis. You knew he had the itis when the hat came off, bro. That's how you knew he had the. Lord have mercy.
That's a sign.
Mike. Wow. Hey, okay, Tone. Mr. Anti-Everything. How do you feel about the reconciliation, man, with Calvin Johnson and the Detroit Lions?
I feel like it would have. I feel like it was going to eventually happen anyway.
Okay.
Part of the reason I felt like it happened, it ended like that. I felt like part of it was because of Sheila. So when Sheila, what's her daughter's name?
Sheila's daughter or Martha?
Yeah. Oh, Martha. Yeah, Martha.
Yeah.
I always thought it was because of Martha. So when Sheila came in, I figured it was a chance they could reconcile. You don't want your team's best wide receiver to be on bad standings. One of your best players ever to be on bad standings with your organization. That's not a good look.
Yeah.
And getting him in the locker room around these guys is going to be great because I already know I think he showed up. I think he was talking to like Kenny or like Marvin Jones a year or two ago. So he was around, but he wasn't really with the team. He was going to all these other teams, training camps and stuff. So yeah,
I remember that as well.
Reconciling with him is a big thing.
Yeah, I believe it's huge, man, because I think it goes a long way to show how our organization is changing. We have, like I said, the greatest running back of all time that a lot of us have seen. There's a rift there. Barry retired. He had a lot left too. Barry was like, I'm done. And I think that a lot of that had to do with the Detroit Lions because, and I think Calvin Johnson is the same way. And I think Calvin said, listen, it took me 2 overall. I've done nothing but try to help you win with this team. I've sacrificed my mind, soul, and body. And I think it's huge. I think it's huge, man. And I think, and that leads me to a kind of a spinoff question. We talked about this before, man. Sheila Hamp Ford is making some, or Ford Hamp, whatever you said. She's making some moves. I like what I see. Trox, you weren't on for the last show, man. How are you feeling about these moves, man? We got Antoine Randall. We've got reconciliation with Calvin Johnson. She's making some moves. How do you feel about what she's done in her short time with the organization? Well, in front of the organization.
Well, if you come on Thursday night on Detroit Lions Talk with MicroMike for the One Pride podcast, you guys know that I said trading Matthew Stafford the right way could be that door that opens up to reconcile the Calvin Johnson debacle.
Now, Trox, you did say that, man, but say that one more time, though.
Trading Matthew Stafford in the right.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No, man.
Trading number 9 to the right situation would open up the doors to reconcile for number 81.
You did say that, Trox. You've been on fire. You've been on fire. You on fire. What about you, Mark Orum? How do you feel like Sheila's done? And we know she was behind the scenes, kind of in the shadows a little bit. She stepped out in front when her mother said, "You look, I'm 94, I'm turning 95. I need to let this thing go. So I'm gonna pass it to my 73-year-old daughter." But how do you first woman to woman pass of ownership, I think, ever. So that's something right there. But how do you feel, man, about the early sign, like how Sheila's doing thus far?
It's an A+ move. You can't really knock anything she's done so far. Everything she's done so far has been excellent. Like she's letting football heads take care of business. Like, I don't want to say she's completely leaving her nose out of it, but she kind of is. She's, hiring on Chris Spielman, hiring on a team like with Mark Hollis and Rod Graves and all that, to finding a new GM. It's been excellent. They have done their due diligence, and you can't knock anything they've done. They just, like we said, they just scooped a Super Bowl winning coach off a roster again, and now Antoine Randall now is going to be our wide receivers coach. So they're doing good things, and they're letting football minds take care of business. That's what I really like.
Yeah, I like that too. And Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Look, when I think of Sheila Ford, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to create a petition to put her face on the Statue of Liberty. I think that she is bringing freedom to everybody. And that is the first face you want to see when you're coming from overseas to the United States, because she is making changes here, and I love what I'm seeing. It's great moves. I haven't seen it. I've been a Lions fan for a long time. This is the type of stuff that you got to do to win. You got to bring in people who want to be here. It's just crazy to see all these coaches come in here like the Avengers were taking on Thanos and snapping it again and just ending it again. And to me, I like what I'm seeing. I'm excited. Is it going to result into wins? Probably not. I think I have us going like 5-win next year. But to change a culture, you got to change a philosophy, and the philosophy is being changed.
Absolutely. And again. But, we've done that quite a bit. Now, Tone, how are you feeling, man? Tone, you're like the residential anti-person, man. It's very rare that we agree on anything, but how do you feel that Sheila is doing thus far? We know she was behind the scenes a lot. She actually was behind the scenes when Patricia was fired and Patricia was hired and fired, and Caldwell was fired. But since being in front of the organization, she's making some pretty solid moves. How you feel like Sheila Ford has done so far, man?
I think she's doing okay. The biggest thing I can say is she's been keeping to her word, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
Like what she said she was going to do, she's been doing everything she said she's going to do so far. I think the organization is looking pretty solid right now. Staff is looking pretty solid right now. I just got to see what it is for the future. But from right now, based on what she's based on right now, she's been pretty much keeping to her word, which is, what else do you really want?
I want wins. That's what I want, but she can't go get me those. She can only really put people in the right place to get those. So hopefully they come. Maybe not this year, because we're going to talk about that schedule a little bit later in the show. But we have somebody, looks like a loyal, man, a regular that's calling. We got Travis Doyle. What's going on, Trav?
Nothing much.
All right. What makes you call the show today?
I just wanted to know, who are some of the coaching staff members that we have had in the past that you have liked?
Okay, head coach or just anybody on the team, anybody on the staff?
Just any coaching staff member.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I haven't really thought. I stay in the present a lot. I can tell you who I didn't like, but I'll probably let me see who wants to go first. Anybody have anybody? Troxel, Trav.
I will go first.
Now this is your not Mr. Doyle. You got any more questions, man?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you, bro.
First of all, shout out to Travis Doyle.
Travis Doyle is the man.
You're a GOAT. You have a great name as well. So shout out.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite coaches was Chris Couric. He was the defensive line coach since I believe it was Jim Schwartz brought him in, and he was there up until Matt Patricia, and Matt Patricia fired him. But I absolutely loved him. Anytime you needed to find a diamond in the rough with a defensive lineman, he produced one for you.
Yeah.
Okay, look at Trox. All right, man. I see what you did there. We got somebody on the line as well. Now, I need you guys. You are currently unmuted. I need you to make sure your TV or device is turned down so we don't hear an echo, echo, echo. And who do we got on the line here? Who's on the line?
Lucky.
Lucky. Okay. What's up, Lucky? You in the chat, Lucky?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right.
I just wanted to know why everybody giving up this season on the Lions. I believe it's a possibility they could compete this season with the staff if they put together the right players, put them in the right spot. They can at least put together a 9-win season and possibly sneak into the wild card playoffs.
All right. Well, we gonna look at that schedule a little bit more. We gonna look. Okay, so you got them. You said 9. You know, we play 17 games. You got them maybe winning 9.
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay.
People got to stop sleeping on Jared Goff.
Well, I'm not sleeping on him. I just, I'm trying to get a man a chance. I just, he took his team to the Super Bowl, so I can't really complain there. All right. Well, that's what's up. We got my man. I didn't even know he was in the chat. Shout out to him. So we'll start with Mark Orum.
Yes.
Says, why is everybody giving up on the Lions this season, man? What's the deal with that?
Well, when you lose 5, like when you win 5 games, 5, 6 games, whatever they won, and you've won like 8 in the last 2 years, there's not a lot of hope. And then you fire your coaches. There's a lot of unknown. Man. Last year that just passed, guys, was disastrous.
Yeah.
It was like,
and the year before that too, Mark. Don't forget about that.
The year before that too, but I'm just talking just defensively. Defensively, the last 2 years were just so bad. It's like we don't know, and we're possibly going to lose our best defensive player in Romeo Okwara. We don't have any wide receivers on the roster. We have 2 wide receivers, and both of those guys are at best number 3s. Geronimo Allison probably won't even make the team. To be exactly, you know what I mean? Exactly. I love Cephas, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of unknowns. And I think a lot of people are just like, okay, first-year coach, we don't know anything about this guy. You know what I mean? He wants to bite kneecaps off. He's old school, man. That's not the way you do things. So people got a lot of doubt. And I don't really blame a lot of people, man. I see the schedule. I look at the schedule, and I only see 5, 6 wins. Yeah, so
we definitely gonna be talking about that later.
Yeah,
we definitely gonna talk. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got that in there as well. Yeah, man. It's tough. I looked at the schedule, and I think before the former quarterback was traded, I had it at 4 wins. I just seeing the schedule, I said 4 wins. That's it. And now, we'll see. But we're gonna talk about that a little later. We got a guy I want to get on the line. You are unmuted, Mr. Kapler. We're gonna talk to you next. What's up, John? What's going on, man? You at work today?
Always
getting that money, Friday, man. That's boys. The way to do it.
Get my Lions talk on.
Absolutely. What you got for the panel, man?
Talk. Well, I'm waiting for a video to upload that I put on that I want everyone to check out. There's something I didn't mention on there that, like I said, I'm a fan of trading back. I think MICROMIKE, you're going to love this, buddy. You trade back, 15, get some extra picks. And the video I mentioned, taking very little offense, which I know seems crazy, but what is our weakest link, guys? What is our weakest link?
I mean, the entire defense.
The entire defense.
There you go.
Yeah.
So defense, get rid of Jelani Tavai. Get a 4th-round pick for him. When you trade back, get a 2nd round. So that means you got a 1st, you got 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s. You can do a whole heck of a lot because we ain't got much money to play with in free agency.
Yeah.
So finish the defense. Get yourself a wide receiver. He ain't got to be great. He's just got to be serviceable, right?
Yeah.
You win championships with defense. So get yourself an offensive lineman. Finish that O-line. O-line is 95% complete. And we got the coach who's biting off kneecaps. So it was one offensive piece away on the line. get yourself a wide receiver, and everything else is defense, right, MICROMIKE? So that's all I really had to say, guys.
All right, John. Hey, appreciate you as usual. John,
facts.
Mr. Kapler, he said, you're going to like that, MICROMIKE.
I love trades.
Listen, I heard a lot of from Mark Orum about that Jelani Tavai pick, man. I don't know if that hit you the right way. How you feeling about that pick, man? That trade Jelani Tavai for a fourth.
No disrespect to you, Mr. Kapler, but man, we ain't playing Madden, brother. You're not getting a 4th round pick for Jelani Tavai. In a perfect world, 100%, man. I would love that, man. But dude, he's getting that kid's getting released. You're not even getting a 6th, 7th round pick for him.
Man, what a
I don't think so.
I think you can get that.
You think so?
Yeah. A 6th, 7th? Yeah.
He is completely a 1950s throwback linebacker that has absolutely zero speed. I don't think you get anything for him.
Wait a minute,
I don't know, man.
1950s. That's before they had the pads and the cushion in the helmets, bro.
He's useless. I think he's useless out there. He's got no speed, man. If he had a little bit of speed, maybe you can get like a 5th or a 6th. You know what I mean? But he's got no speed, man. He missed so many tackles. He's never there. He's always whiffing on. I don't know, man. I think you'd be extremely lucky to get a draft pick for him. That's just my opinion, man. That's just my opinion. But he is right on trading back, getting some more picks, acquiring more draft picks, and defense. Grab a late wide receiver, man. We don't need great wide receivers, obviously. Yeah. But we do need something to help Jared Goff, man. He can't go in there with just those 2 wide receivers. So, and I'm sure Brad Holmes and those guys are doing their due diligence on these wide receivers in the draft.
Well, see, I feel like we need a stud. I feel like you gotta free up the run game with a dude that needs to be double teamed. I mean, if you don't have somebody on the outside who can really, like a Tyreek Hill, who not very tall, but he can burn you. You got a Devontae Adams who you just have to stop this guy. Even when you try to stop him, you can't. I think we need that dude. That's going to be a good transition into our next topic. But before we do that, we got a new caller.
Hold on. I got one thing to say.
I
got one thing to say.
What's up, Trox?
Okay. You said, what did you last said?
A long time ago? I don't know.
No.
Right
now it feels like
later.
Go to the caller. I'll remember. But you said something. I want to touch base on it a little bit.
Well, you can't touch base if you don't.
I know what it was. You have a guy already on the roster named T.J. Hawkinson. Going to be a matchup nightmare because who is our head coach? A former tight end.
Okay. All right, we got somebody on the line. Not sure. I think this person called before. I need you guys to mute your listening device so there's no echo. We on the phone with Kyle. What's going on, Kyle?
Hey. Well, I may be a new caller, but you know me well. I'm Crimson Shadow 94. How y'all doing?
What's up, man? What's going on,
Crimson?
What up,
brother? What's up, man?
What's up, man? How you feeling, buddy?
What's up? Oh, I've been doing good. Been enjoying the new place. Moved down south a little more. But yeah, from what I've been hearing, and everyone's talking about quarterback this, quarterback that, and honestly, the way I'm looking at it is, we're not getting a freaking quarterback this year. There's no way in heck we can. Because here's the thing: you're looking at Holmes, a guy that is a college film studier. You got an issue with that in the sense of there hasn't been that much film. And you have a lot of guys with a lot of questions. You have Justin Fields. Big question marks there, whether or not he's going to be consistent. You have Zach Wilson. Okay, he's probably going to be in the 2nd round between the Jets and the Falcons. Probably not going to get him. Trevor Lawrence? Nah. Trevor Lawrence? Words. I'm failing at him.
It's all
Trey
good.
Lance?
I do it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Trey Lance. Do we even know if he's going to be good or not? We have barely anything on him. It's a big if with Trey Lance. So does it make sense for us to go after a quarterback this year or wait next year where we could trade back, probably trade up, take 2 of our 1st round picks, move up, and probably get who we want next year or the year after that?
Ooh, I like that.
When we actually have film.
That's a fire. That's a fire fire question. Well, Crimson, bro, it's been a long time, man. Don't be a stranger, my man.
Oh, yeah. No problem there. And if I may put my thing on Tavai, you guys keep forgetting that Tavai was the 4th ranked best linebacker out of a class that was really strong in linebackers.
Okay, all right, Crimson. Now that's a solid point. But what do you feel like that's translated to the field? Give us that answer.
I think, in my opinion, what happened to Tavai this year, he lost his job thanks to Jamie Collins. He got moved to the outside, which was a horrible decision because the outside linebacker position, in my opinion, is more of a speed position where Davis thrives at because, let's be fair, Davis is a freaking freight train when it comes to speed. Tavai is not the type. When you pick Tavai's middle linebacker, you draft a guy for instinct. When you're a middle linebacker, you got to know what that quarterback's doing. When he was a middle linebacker the first year, I seen the guy get an interception. I seen the guy make some blocks. I seen the guy make a block with his butt. For God's sake. Even his butt's got freaking football instinct. I'm just saying, you stunted his development.
That needs to be a shirt. My butt got football is. I love that. I do. Wow.
Trademark that.
Like I said, don't sleep on Tavai because you got to remember he was on the outside a lot, and I do not think he's an outside linebacker at all. He is a middle linebacker, and at the very least, he's at least a safe backup.
Okay. All right, Crimson. Well, listen, man. Love your input, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Thank you for calling, my brother.
Yep, I'll be in the chat.
All right. Shout out to Crimson Shadow, man.
Shout out.
Dude is a loyal Lions fans, man. Supported all the Lions YouTubers for as long as I can remember, man. That's my guy right there. And I like what he talked about Jelani. I don't know, man. I feel like Jelani, I think he's trending bust. And I think that you got to put that on Quinn. You got to put, again, Mitchell Trubisky. He didn't ask to be traded up. The Bears went and got that guy. So what does that do? That makes Mitchell look atrocious. Mitchell is bad, but he looks even worse being you passed on Mahomes, you passed on Watson for Mitchell Trubisky. We can't really fault Mitchell for that. So let me do a quick round real quick as we move into point number 4 and hour number 2 of Spiked Kool-Aid. Troxel Sports Talk. How do you feel about Crimson, man? Is he to blame for being drafted number 2? He's not to blame, obviously, but how do you feel Quinn did drafting Jelani Tavai in the 2nd round?
I mean, I can never speak about if that's his guy, that was his guy. You take your guy. Now, coaching staff, I think there was a big misunderstanding. Kind of like the whole I wanted Derek Brown and I wanted Jeff Okuda, kind of situation. I think there was a lot of rift between Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, even though that they were boys. It's just the guys that Matt Patricia or Bob Quinn was bringing in wasn't translating for Matt Patricia and vice versa. So it's like, he brought up a good point. He could be that middle linebacker. If you say draft a Micah Parsons, be your Sam backer, move a Jared Davis if you keep him into a defensive end position where you got him a little bit more controlled. He's to me, I feel like he's a better end guy than a outside linebacker.
All right, well, let's do a rapid explosion, Mike. If we can get rid of Tavai, do we?
When you said rapid explosion, my gut got a little bit worried there. Should we get rid of Tavai? That's the question.
Yes, if we can get rid of Tavai, do we? So you messed up my whole thing, man. Rapid explosion. All right. Should we get rid of if we can get rid of Tavai, should we?
Just like when I have gas and I do a rapid explosion and how that comes out that fast. That's what I want to see what happened to Tavai in our linebacking core. Him get kicked out that fast.
Hey, Fat Burger. Wasn't a movie called Fat Burger? That's now Mike, man. Fat Burger Mike. All right, Troxel, rapid explosion. If we can get rid of Tavai, I think I know your answer. Do we?
Yes.
All right. Mark Orum, rapid explosion. Do we get rid of, if we can get rid of Tavai, do we get rid of him or do we give him year number 3?
I say we get rid of him. I'm sick of these slow linebackers.
All right. So that is now 3-2. Wow. We none in favor of Tone. Rapid explosion. The more I say it, the weirder it sounds. Do we keep, if we can, this, we ain't talking about contracts and nothing like that. We talking about just, do we keep him or not?
Get rid of him.
Oh, and it is a clean Quinn sweep. We get rid of this dude, man. Quinn he's terrible, and that's why he is unemployed currently. How you gonna have the coach you hire get a job before you? That is just, that tells you how bad this dude is.
Hey, Grid.
Yes. Meryl, absolutely. Absolutely. Mike, how you doing, buddy?
I'm just thinking about that rapid explosion. And
Well,
I'm
Mike,
thinking about that hamburger.
I'm thinking about how many hit songs have you written, brother?
You don't want to
I
know.
want to see you on the skins, Mike.
You don't know if you want to see me on the skids, Mark.
Because Mike, I don't think I've ever seen him. Like, he usually is the energy dude, man. He has none of that.
I'm tired, guys. If you don't know, I had a Red Robin burger right before we came on live.
Was in that
and I'm feeling like I just ate a whole turkey, man.
Wow.
And
He got the
I feel like
itis.
someone needs to use their strong hand really quick and
Yep.
baste that turkey because I'm tired, fellas.
Well, Mike, hey man, you look like you're struggling, buddy. You know this ain't mandatory, man. You could exit stage left if you need some rest, man. We can hold it down.
Oh, okay. Well,
If you have to, man.
Mike looks like he's about to be in food.
Mike is. I don't think I've ever seen him this drab, man. He's like the dry eyes dude.
you know when back in the day where I used to go to bed early?
Yes.
And the truth is this, I'm tired like that, man.
Look like you've been up for 3
Oh
days.
my God. Lord have mercy. I know. Well, Mike, listen, man. Why don't you go listen to some Phil Collins and get some rest?
All right.
All right,
Hey,
man.
I want to say everybody in the chat, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get to 75 likes. I think that's about 8 away. You can do it. We got 56 in the chat. And I'm sure there's somebody out there that has not hit that like button. Also, adios, man.
All right,
Mike.
Peace, Mike.
man. I feel like part of me is sad, bro. I don't think I've ever seen Mike that drab, bro.
That was crazy.
Man, it's like he hung out with the dry eyes, dude.
Hey, that's what happens. You get the itis.
Hey,
Good.
get that dude.
I haven't heard that one in a
In the
long time.
neighborhood.
Yeah, that itis, man. Lord have mercy. Man, oh man. Well, we got Tone in the building to fill his place, and I think that Tone is about to drop some real maybe questionable opinions on this, man. We got Mr. Kenny Golladay. Now, Tone, we'll start with you, man.
Ooh, my favorite.
His favorite topic in the whole wide world. Kenny Golladay, man. Reports are coming that he supposedly, allegedly, reportedly rejected a $16 million deal from the Detroit Lions. He said, no, that's what I'm hearing. That's what the reports are coming out. Right. Now, I got to ask you, Tone, how do you feel about Kenny Golladay, man? Was he right to reject it? I know you probably don't want him anyway, but give me your thoughts on this reported alleged rejection of $16 million.
For Kenny, that was the smart decision. For the Lions, it's also a smart decision too. But because while I don't think Kenny is worth $20 million a year.
No. Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Kenny, hey, listen, you pay me what the market says I'm worth.
Okay.
I don't like them. He might be able to get 20 mil. Now I don't think he's worth it. I don't think the Lions should give it to him. But hey, if another team want to give it to him, go ahead. And there's a chance he might get that. Yeah, like for Kenny, it's the smart decision. It's like, I'm gonna go test the market, see if it's there. Because even if he doesn't get the 20 mil, most likely 16 mil is still gonna be on the table. So he really doesn't have any. There's no downside of him turning this down. Because either way, he's still gonna get around 16 mil if he wants it.
Okay.
For the Lions, I don't even know if this is really a bad thing. I mean, what was you gonna do? Overpay for him, and then now, what? Only way I would really want them to bring him back is to trade him, because I think you could really just upgrade. You can get an upgrade in the draft, or because I don't think he's worth all that money. That you I don't even think he's really worth $16 million for the Lions, because like I think he's a guy. He benefited a lot from playing with Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's play style and strengths fit Kenny Golladay. They kind of elevated each other. I question how he's going to look without Stafford, without that big arm quarterback who can fit into tight windows, because Kenny Golladay doesn't create separation. He's not a separator. He's kind of like a bully at wide receiver, even though his releases ain't that crazy. I think it's a smart. I think it was smart from Kenny. There's really no downside of him doing this. I really don't want the Lions to bring him back like that, but only reason I want them to bring him back is so they could trade him.
Okay, so franchise tag him. Is that what you mean, or what do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, if you can.
All right. Well, hey, so I glanced at the chat real quick, and I don't know if this is true, but I was going through the thing. Wait, we got one of those? We got one of those?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Travis Doyley. Man, okay. He says, just because you guys are so fun today. Appreciate that, Travis. Well,
Thanks,
listen.
buddy.
Hey,
We
shout out
fun
to Travis
every day.
Doyley.
But I appreciate that. Now, Trav, did you see the little side joint, man, that I typed in there? I knew you didn't. But Travis Doyley says we are fun today. And Kenny Golladay. Now, somebody said, I think it was Jay White, glanced at the chat real quick, that report was from, that offer was from 2020.
Yeah.
So is that is an old, so you see how stuff be getting stirred up, man. Stuff by getting, so can anybody confirm that was last year? That offer was from there?
No,
I cannot confirm.
Okay, well, you know what? Forget about it. We already know that this dude needs to, he's up for whether he's gonna stay or can he go? So we'll start with TROXEL'S Sports Talk. Did you see that, bro?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man. Let me know, man. How do you feel about Kenny Golladay, man? So the report comes out, I guess, a year ago. He rejected that $16 million. Do you think we keep Kenny Golladay? Yes or no? Do you think, man?
Real talk, I don't think we have the cap space to. I would love it, but I get it. It's a business. You got to be financially sound. I'm all about being financially sound when it comes to contract situations. In case of a Kenny Golladay is up for grabs, or say a Amani Oruwariye or somebody like that, you got to be financially sound to pay those types of guys, but we're not in that financial stability. So let them walk. We found him in the third round. Maybe we do our due diligence, find another third round guy that can, fill those voids. He has in 4 years, 183 receptions, 3,000 yards, averages 17 yards to catch. His longest was 75 and 21 touchdowns. He was that 50-50 jump ball guy. He was never, like that speedster. He was never like that guy that's gonna, do like say a Tyler Lockett or a DK Metcalf. He's more like, okay, I'm gonna get down that field and be like a DeAndre Hopkins type of guy. I'm not saying he's going to be in the same breath as DeAndre Hopkins, but he's going to be that type of a player. Throw it up in the end zone. Let me come down with it, even if it's against 2 or 3 players.
Appreciate that, Trox. Listen, so Mark, so the report, maybe it's bogus, man. It's from yesteryear. It doesn't matter. Kenny Golladay, man, didn't really show up this year, but I must admit, when he did play, he was a crucial part in the 3 or 4 wins that we had. How do you feel about KG, man? Is he worth more than $16 million? Do you think he gets a deal? Give us your thoughts on KG, man.
See, this is such a loaded question because just the way our wide receiver situation is, it's so bad. I almost want to pay that. You know what I mean? But
so you're saying you almost want to throw him to 16, but he rejected it. So what would you throw him to keep him?
I'd try to tag him. I would honestly try to tag him. I would. And then just like Tone said, if you could get something for him, then do that. But I just think the situation we're in, I almost think we need to sign like a wide receiver like that. I'm not saying we really like fully need it, but it's so bad, our wide receiver situation. I don't know how much better we can get in the draft. Like, I know there's going to be some good one. It's a very deep wide receiver class this year. So I do like a lot of wide receivers, especially some late second, third round guys that we could possibly get. But with Kenny G, like, you guys all hit it kind of. Like, Tone nailed it too, man. He's not a kid that gets separation. And Stafford, he fit Stafford. Stafford threw into small windows. He took chances. I don't think Goff is going to be that type of guy.
Yeah.
Goff throws interceptions though. So, but the thing is he going to be able to squeeze in balls like Stafford did?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so, but I think it's a loaded question. But I wouldn't pay him too much more money over, man. Like, and people saying, well, that's what the old regime. Well, the new regime comes in. He's not going to ask for less money because he's not going to go do that. So it's not like his price is going to go down, I wouldn't think. So,
well, you know what? That's actually a great shout out to Jimbo G. He been repping the Lions real hard, man. Appreciate you being with the $5 dono. Says, keep up the good work, guys. Let Kenny G walk. He's unprofessional.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So he's insinuating that he faked that injury, right?
I'm guessing.
I have a
great
feeling he faked that injury.
I have a feeling too.
I've been saying that a long time, and I said that a long time ago. Now, Tone, I think we already did Tone, but I guess we'll get my opinion real quick. Shout out to the super chat there, man. So listen, I feel like Kenny G, these are Atlanta Falcon highlights, man. We don't win this game without him. Kenny G put the work in. This was an amazing catch right there. Took a lot of pressure, a lot of hits to the body, man. Without Kenny G, TJ Hockenson, and Matthew Stafford, we don't win this game. Now, Mark, you said we don't have anybody to throw the ball to. Is there a maybe $1 million number that you put with Kenny Golladay? If he doesn't want 16, then what would you give him?
Well, like I said, man, I would not offer him up any more money than $16 million. And then tagging him, you're going to pay like, I think 17 and change. So that's as far as I would go. I would try to, like, hey, if he's supposed to be in love with this new regime and he loves Detroit, I don't know, try to lowball him. But I get it. I'm just saying, not too much, not by too much, because he's not going to take it.
But Mark, that sounds like a little, like maybe what Detroit already does. So you want to just the lowball the brother, just hit him real quick?
Well, I don't know, man, because, hey, man, like we said before in this panel, best ability is availability. And he's missed 16 games in his young career.
Yes,
now, whether he was faking it or whether he was really hurt, hey, nobody really knows except for Kenny Golladay and maybe his mom. So
or his agent.
Or his agent, man.
Or that agent. Yeah, that's right. Agent.
So, like, hey, man, like, that's why I think he's getting lowballed as well. And the Lions, I think, have every right to do it. I think they really do, honestly. But some team, like Tone said, some team is going to offer him $18 to $20 million. It's going to happen. Somebody will. And I think that team might be someone like Green Bay.
Ooh,
oh God, no! Please
because
come on, bro.
Rodgers is putting pressure on that organization now.
He
right?
is.
That's the rumor.
Yep, he is.
I mean, but okay. Let's talk about that. Let's talk.
Yeah, there you go. The glass is coming off.
Oh man, and you know when it's real, when the fake glass is coming off, man. These the blue light boys. Listen, phone number 515-603-5624. Make sure y'all blow up the phone lines, man. Kenny G. Man, could you imagine him going to Green Bay, though? I mean, you got Lazard. You got Robinson. You got Scanlon.
Adams.
Adams. I mean, I mean, what a kick in the gut.
Adams and what do you call it, Golladay combo. That's a Super Bowl.
But Trox, what a kick in the gut that would be.
That's a Super Bowl.
I don't think the Packers would go for him, though.
And
they would definitely go.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
They normally wouldn't. They normally wouldn't go for him.
But Aaron Rodgers said, listen, I'm about to get married. Y'all tripping, okay? I complained last year. You draft my successor. I take you. I win MVP. Couldn't win the game to get me to the big game. But now it's time for you to listen to me, or I'm a moan and groan until I get out this city, okay? So Tone, you were saying something, man. What was you saying, bro?
y'all forget there's another wide receiver in this division who is also up for a contract.
Robinson?
And his name is Allen Robinson, who is a better wide receiver than Kenny Golladay. And you could go to the Packers. He wants a ring. He's been dealing with
Yes, he does.
His QB season career has been Blake Bortles and Mitch Trubisky.
Okay, let me jump in real quick.
My God.
Let me jump in real quick. Hey, look, real talk. Might be even Carson Wentz. It might be Carson Wentz. So be careful what you wish for. But listen. No. So if he goes to Green Bay, though, what does that do? Green Bay can't get past the title game, right? So does that really get Allen that ring?
I mean, it could, because he's like a number one. If we're being honest, he especially towards the end of the season when the Chicago Bears offense really started to pop off a little bit, he was the guy who started dominating. You put him, he's already like a number one. Most of his career, he's played with horrible quarterbacks and no good number two wide receivers, and it's been elite every single year. Put him out there with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and watch sparks fly. That offense
for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be that would be. But you know what, guys? I feel like Kenny Golladay, I've always said that he was exaggerating his injury. And the only reason I say that is because I didn't see the play where he got hurt. I saw what he did, but I didn't see the play. I mean, it didn't look like, I'm 41 and I won't even bust my hip doing the move that he did. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out, like, where did he go wrong? And we know that it was coming out before the season that my man wanted to be paid. He wanted to be paid. So now, Trox, we're talking about a guy who wants to be paid, who comes in, he helps his team win at least 4 to 5 games that they won, and he's still not getting the job done. And I thought maybe after the firing of Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, maybe we'll see a Kenny Golladay, and we never did. He never did, man. So what do you think? What do you think the likelihood of the Detroit Lions retaining Kenny Golladay is at this point? Because I heard out a rumor today that he could indeed wind up a New York Giant, man. Mm-hmm. So what do you feel about the possibility of Kenny Golladay staying in the D?
I mean, well, with the franchise tag being $17 million and they offered 16, I'm going to go 50-50 on it.
Okay.
Just because of the sheer fact that, I mean, that's pretty much what the Lions took away from Calvin Johnson with the franchise tag compared to what they offered, about $1 million. So, I mean, I like what what do you call it? Crimson Shadow said. He said maybe he said Kenny's probably going to fill out the coaching staff before signing. So he probably wants a tag first to test the waters.
Okay, so Crimson is saying that maybe he's not completely sold, right? On the
I think he wants to give this regime, their due diligence. Mm-hmm. So they'll probably franchise tag him, but still kind of let him go ahead and see what your market value is, and then we'll come back to us and we'll work out a contract.
Now, Mark, listen, man, do you have any alternatives maybe to Kenny? I don't know if you do. I don't want to put you on the spot like that, but do you have a guy that if we don't sign Kenny G that we possibly could get? Because I feel like we need a stud, bro. We need somebody that's going to take the pressure off of the run game. Do you have anybody if Kenny G doesn't come back to the D?
I think a guy that they could probably look at, there's Allen Robinson, but I think Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin could be a guy maybe they can take a look at. Hey, man, we just took their wide receiver coach in Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? So he could be an option for sure. I'm not sure how much I know he's had some injuries this year. I know he's been a stud, though, for his last couple of years at least. He's gonna come with a high price tag as well.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a high price tag.
Because he's going to be a real high price tag.
Right now we're talking about his average. I think the average is $20 million, or like the median is $20 million, man, for him. So for that. So I don't know if that's a guy we can get.
See, well, I don't know. Okay, then I made a video on this before. Then I was thinking guys like, and I know people are probably going to laugh at this, guys like Keelan Cole from Jacksonville. He's a small, speedy wide receiver for Jacksonville. I even said AJ Green. I know he's old as dirt and he's been hurt. But I think if you can get him probably on the cheap, it's going to be a really different look here, man. Because
that's facts.
You know what I mean? Like The money situation is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
And I don't think this regime with Brad Holmes and those guys, I don't think they really want to backload contracts. And just
I hope yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you backload contracts, you make it worse in a couple of years.
Yeah,
make everything worse. It's all nice and rosy for the first 1 to 2 years, but then oh my God, man, I forgot, man, we got to pay this guy in the third, fourth year. And by the time that rolls around, he might not want to be here. He might be hurt. It might not be working out. So I don't know, man. They're going to have to go cheap, man. And I think a guy like Keelan Cole, like I'm trying to be realistic. I would love to see a Godwin, but I think a guy like Keelan Cole or maybe an AJ Green, man, just to get by.
And you know what? The thing about that though is about Godwin, man, is you win the championship. You're like, bro, I like this. You got guys like Golden Tate. They won, and they're like, okay, I could see myself. I almost tried to wonder, like, if you are used to winning, how do you go to a loser? Or how do you go to a place where you don't know if you're going to win? Golden Tate left Seattle. He came here. Never really won anything, man. You know, it wasn't like Calvin Johnson wasn't like him. Calvin Johnson never won a playoff game with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. So, I got to give myself – I said his name. I can't do that anymore, man. So I got to get that. So it's like, if you're a winner and you win, do you really like I was looking at Tom Brady and I'm like, Tom Brady, like, listen, we'll be back. We'll be back. Like,
he's coming back.
You win so much. You're like, how does it feel? How does it feel? So we know Robinson already said, look, he said, no cap. I want a ring. No cap. And when the kids saying no cap these days, when they say no cap, you already know it's the real deal. But we got to call him, man. Phone line's kind of quiet. Crimson Shadow decided to call back. What's up, sir?
Oh, what's up? What's up? On Kenny Golladay, the way I'm thinking about it is it's a two-way street.
Okay.
Either he wants to get the heck out of Detroit, but there's also reports that he really likes Dan Campbell and he's liking what we're doing. So if I'm Kenny G, first thing I would probably do, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to sign with you guys, but I want to test the waters. I want to see where this is going. You can franchise tag me, but if I don't like it, I'm out of here. Because he likes Detroit. That's the thing. We seem to have a magic because a lot of people love Detroit. Look at Gold Tate. He didn't want to go. Neither did Diggs, but it was one of those things.
We're not going to talk about that, man. We're not going to talk. Them dudes was so – they just ruined this franchise, man. It was already at the bottom, and they just – it's like they dug a deeper hole. Like, I'm serious, man. We
exactly.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, with our receiving core, yes, I will admit I am concerned. Thanks to Quinn's freaking knee-jerk reactions with Griffin, then getting rid of Hall, getting rid of Ty Johnson. I think we've gotten rid of Marvin Hall. Now we don't have a number 2 for Jones because we know Jones ain't coming back. Let's be honest. It's not happening.
I know.
And, okay, so the number 2 okay. Yeah. The number 2 is going to be flown if we don't draft. We're going to draft a new number 1. There's just has to be a draft for this. Or if Kenny G is franchise tag. So, in my opinion here, I don't see us paying him $20,000 unless he really, really likes this regime. That's the only way you can actually get him to, lower it down. But only if he likes it. But any other teams I could think that would take him, I could see if Carson Wentz gets traded, Eagles might take him. Juju, if I remember right, is in the free agency market, so maybe they need a new number 1. Maybe. I don't know much on Juju. I think I heard he was a free agent this year.
Yeah, he is.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to pay him. Maybe, I don't know. Pittsburgh really loves the toxic players. Go listen to Urinating Tree about that one. You'll have some fun. You'll have the Crimson Shadow Proof.
Yeah, I'll listen to him. He's hilarious.
Oh, it is just perfect. But if I'm going to rebuild a team, I don't make sense of paying a receiver. Okay, how many teams do you know when they first start a rebuild, they pay a wide receiver $20 mil? That does not sound right. Well, if you're going to rebuild, in my opinion, you start with the defense.
Hey, but look, Crimson, though, and listen, it's not a rebuild, it's a retool. It's a retool.
Yeah, but do we really know what they want? They wanted a mobile quarterback too, and they picked Goff, and he can run, but he's got no zigzag.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, Crimson, man, you are the man tonight, keeping the phone lines active, man. And we got 69 Giggity in the chat. Make sure you like it up.
Oh,
Crimson.
my.
Yeah, oh, my. All right. Hey, appreciate you, Crimson. That's my dude right there. Crimson Shadow, long time no here, but I love the support, man. All right, we're going to move on to the next topic, our last topic in hour number 2 of Spiked Kool-Aid. Gentlemen, now we knew what the opponents were. Okay, and now we know where we'll play said opponents. And I gotta start, man. I gotta start. All right, so here is the schedule. This is the light little early schedule right here. We got the 2021 opponents at the crib. We got the GB, not the Gridiron Blitz, but the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Cousins, and the Chicago Bears. We got the Ravens. We got the San Francisco 49ers. We got the Eagles. We got the Bengals, and we got the Cardinals. Hopefully we don't tie them again. And away, we've got Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago. We don't know who their quarterback is going to be. But then we have the Browns. We have the Seahawks, Russell Wilson making some noise over there. We got the Steelers. We got the LA Rams, and we got the Atlanta Falcons. Now, outside of the obvious, okay, as Troxel is showing us his terrible towel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any way the wind blows.
Hey, I'm just saying they don't want no problems with them.
All right, now listen. All right, so these are the 2021 opponents. Man, so I thought it was going to be 10 playoff teams, but it is actually 7. It is the Baltimore Ravens, the Chicago Bears, that's 2. The
Green Bay Packers.
Yep, Green Bay Packers, that's 3. And then Cleveland 4, Seattle 5, 6 is Steelers, and 7 are the LA Rams. So we'll start with Tone, the quiet fan. Appreciate you, Tone. Tone, how you feeling about the home and away opponents, man? We knew what the schedule was, or we knew the opponents, but now we know that we're playing them at home or away. How do you feel about this schedule? Now, just before I pass it to you, no need for predictions unless you feel like you need to give one. That's not really what this is about. But let me know how you feeling about these home versus away, man.
Man, that's looking tough.
That is looking very tough.
Looking real tough.
Especially on the road, bro. We got the Cleveland Browns. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playoff teams on the road. Go ahead, Tony.
All of those teams are pretty much good teams, except for maybe the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
everybody
in the schedule is really good. I mean, dang. Only team I could see kind of maybe being bad is the Steelers, but that's not gonna happen.
Okay, so we know Ben's coming back. Ben's coming back. So I know.
Man, it's gonna be a tough season next year. It's not gonna be for me, but I know I don't really care if we win. Pick.
Oh man, so Tone trying to get them picks, but that's tough, man. That's tough. It looks like we got
the Rams a free win.
Oh, we'll get to that. I ain't really switched the slide yet. I'm saving that for the next segment, the next half of the segment. Mark, man, how you feeling about these homes and away, man?
Man, I wish we had some Undertaker music right now.
I can arrange that. You want me to arrange that?
Oh, man, sure, man. You can throw it up there.
Is that copyright?
It is.
No strike, right?
No strike.
Okay, if it's no strike, man, bring it in, bro. Bring in
that's rough.
The UT. Yeah.
That's really rough, man. That's oof.
Yeah, that's a oof.
Like the away, like especially the away, like you said, Grid. That away right there, man. Wow, man. Like maybe Atlanta. Like I'm not really too sold on Cleveland just yet, even though they did take that big step. But man,
Cleveland won a playoff game.
They did. Yeah. And I'm not going to knock Cleveland, man. I'm not going to knock them, but let's see them do it again next year, right? But I do like the way they played this year. It's good that Baker, he finally got a little bit of respect because I do like Baker Mayfield. But yeah, man, that's 4 to 6 wins, man. 4 to 5 wins. I don't know, maybe.
Okay, Mark. All right, now you threw that out there. You threw it out there, man. Give us the 4 to 6 wins then.
Okay, I'll say at home we'll probably I'll say we'll beat Chicago. Okay, we'll beat Chicago.
Okay,
maybe
home or away?
Home.
At
I'm going to
okay.
go home first.
Okay.
I'm going to say home first. Maybe we'll beat Chicago. I think we can beat Cincinnati, even though Cincinnati did play tough this year with Burrow when he was in there.
Yeah, now there's a chance that he won't play.
There's a chance
There's
too,
a
right?
chance. Yeah.
There's a chance. Philadelphia, maybe. So maybe we'll get 3 wins at home.
Okay.
I want to say Arizona, but I don't really know. Maybe Arizona. Okay, that's 4, and then 5. Maybe Atlanta. That's it. That in the away. I don't think we beat anybody on the away. I don't think we beat anybody in the away. Maybe Atlanta on the away.
Okay, hey Trox, when you get that, man, send it to me so it'll be clear. Please. Okay. And as he's doing that, so let me give I'm not gonna give predictions because I see a 4-17. Now here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing, guys. There is no 17th game.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
I was just gonna ask that, Grid. I thought we were playing Denver.
Yes. So now here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing about this. So the NFL was deciding on whether or not they were going to do a 17th game due to the whole COVID. I mean, we're looking at no mini camps, no anything right now. So they were, even though it was agreed in the CBA before COVID really kind of, put his hunker down and put his feet down. I only see 16 games. There are only 16 games on this schedule. So now that's another question too. We'll go to Tone for this, man. Tone, how are they gonna it's weird because you got 8-8 is split down the middle with a 17th game. How do you decide do they play it at home or away? I mean, I don't know. That's a good question.
I think they might do something I think they might switch it every year. Let's say the Lions 17th game, they go on the road. I think next year they would make it be home, and then the year after that on the road. I think they might do something like that.
Like a flip-flop?
Yeah, that's the only way I can really think about it.
Okay. Trox, I don't know why I even said that, bro, when I got the phone lines queued up. So I literally can't do anything. That's all you. That's all you, bro.
I got you.
That's all you, man. So you said
play it now?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Put it on.
Okay.
All right, here goes some. Mark said Undertaker.
Oh
man.
Yeah, the big man's coming out.
All right, so Trox, we haven't got your opinion yet. We've got 16 games, home and away. How you feeling about this? You don't have to give a record prediction if you don't want to. If you do, that's fine. How you feeling, man?
It is going to be brew to the L. Like brutal. I mean, geez Louise. Let's not sleep on San Francisco. They're getting their guys back healthy on defense. You got the Philadelphia Eagles. The nut job of Doug Peterson is finally gone. Then you got, obviously the juggernaut of the division lead in the Seahawks. I mean, and then you got the most toughest division in all of football, the AFC North, with the Pittsburgh Steelers, with the Baltimore Ravens, with the Cleveland Browns, with the Cincinnati Bengals, and don't let the Cincinnati Bengals go and draft Penei Sewell to protect their number 1 quarterback in Joe Burrow.
Which I think is good. That's what I think. If he doesn't go before that, I think that's what happens.
That's a smart thing.
Yeah, that's a smart thing. Dude got annihilated. Okay. So if they draft what? Cincinnati drafts 5th, right?
5th overall.
Okay,
I wouldn't be surprised if they draft Slater because they can't develop offensive linemen to save their life.
Slater's good too, though. Slater's good, yeah.
I mean, Penei Sewell, though, all you got to do is plug and play.
But he needs technical reworking. His hand placement is bad. He has questionable aggressiveness. A lot of times he let dudes hit him. He needs to attack guys better. It's just sometimes he gets lazy. If you get Slater, you know what you're gonna get. The Bengals have been horrible at drafting offensive linemen. I can go from Billy Price. He was the guy that was drafted after Frank Ragnow. He's been trash. Michael Jordan, also from Ohio State, been trash. They have been horrible at drafting, at development offense. Even Jonah Williams hasn't been that great for them. And he was picked like number 10.
He was hurt. Wasn't he hurt, though, Jonah Williams?
Yeah. He was hurt for a year. But even then, he hasn't developed that much. They just haven't done anything when it comes to development offensive linemen.
Well, listen. I'm coming in like the Undertaker. I don't even watch wrestling. Haven't watched wrestling since I was about 10 years old, man. But I'm coming through, and I'm about to undertake somebody because I want to show y'all this right here. And this is the game that I want to see. But not just on the TV, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy is leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. I am going to this game if we have fans in the stands.
Road trip.
The GB is going, man. We don't know. We know it's away. So we know it's in Sophie, which is a stadium I want to see in my lifetime. Okay. We don't know. Don't let that graphic fool you. It could be at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the season. Appreciate you, Trox, for coming through like that. So we got the LA Rams, and we already know why that game is circled with an arrow and everything, man. If I could point, I would point. Okay, man, how are we feeling about that game? Trox, Sports Talk, how are we feeling about that game, man?
Well, I got that game circled on my calendar as well.
Facts.
Might not do a whole lot of Detroit Lions because nobody comes to my stuff for the Detroit Lions. But that's one game I am going to do. Hey, no, I'm just speaking the facts. You know,
keeping it 100. I feel you. That's how we do.
Hey, that's how we do. We keep it 100.
That's how we do.
You know, everybody come to everything else, but when it comes to Detroit Lions, I'm not your guy.
They call you the king of the string, man. That's what they call you.
Hey, 126.
You gotta look. You gotta lose one. You got to lose one, bro. Don't worry about it.
Hey, so that's why we call it audible. But that is one game I am going to be doing, and I'll probably be doing the Steelers game as well and the Browns game. More than likely,
you're already thrown in the towel. Like you ain't doing nothing.
Well, I mean, real talk. I'm going to do the Cardinals, the Seahawks. Or I'm sorry. Well, I'll do the Rams division and Cardinals division, and I'll do the AFC North. Outside of that, I'm probably not going to be doing a whole lot of line content.
All right, now Trox, I gotta put you. This is not a requirement. This is not a requirement because we still need the schedule release. So these are the teams that we are playing. These are where we're playing them, but we don't know when we're playing them. Trox, are we getting a prediction from you early, or yes or no?
I don't care. It's going to be brutal. So, Lion fans, I'm sorry, but I'm going to keep it 110. And it's going to be brutal. We're going to have probably the number 1 or number 2 overall draft pick.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
That's tough. Troxel keeping it 111. Now, Mark Orm from ORUM'S Forum, you see the schedule. You see what I got circled and pointed at right there. But are you giving a prediction early? How you feeling, man? Or just give us your thoughts on this home versus away, man. I know I called on you before, but give us some more thoughts.
Well, this game right here, the LA game, this is going to be one of those games that they have no business to win, and then they'll probably win it. You know what I mean? It's just one of those games. They'll come fired up. Dan Campbell will be hot, just to get his guys going to play.
This number 9. Game. We're gonna name this the kneecap game. That's what listen, Mark. If I go, I'm gonna say kneecap game. Right? It's just I'm wearing the shirt that say kneecap game, man. But go ahead, bro.
Oh, 100%, man. This is the kneecap game right here. But like I said earlier, guys, I see maybe 4 wins. I got Tone in here screaming 0-16 on the chat, by the way.
Oh my God.
0-17.
Oh my God. Tone is the worst.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
Tone,
man.
Since you done thrown your 2 cents in, man, in the chat, how you feeling, bro?
I had to call you
2-14 at best.
Ooh.
You got to think about the Packers are the Packers.
True.
The Bears are the Bears. The Vikings are probably going to get better. The Ravens, we already know. The Bears, the 49ers, the Seahawks. I don't even got to say anything about those teams. The Rams, the Steelers, our best chances of winning are like the Eagles, and I doubt that happens. The Bengals look like Joe Burrow's probably going to be back on time. Our big game is the Falcons, but the problem is we don't know what the Falcons is going to do because they got a top 10 pick. We don't know what they're going to do. They still have Julio, still have Calvin Ridley, still got all those pieces. We might go 0-16.
But I got a question. Why are they doing us like this, man? Like why does this happen? I thought like the worse you are, you're supposed to get some favorable games. Isn't that how it kind of goes? Like I'm not asking to play the Jacksonville Jaguars every weekend, but why can't we get just a little bit of help?
It seems like the Lions always got a hard schedule.
This is awful. This is I'm gonna be sick.
They give us a Super Bowl contender schedule.
Yeah,
man.
I mean we're looking at now. It came out that we had 10. That's what they said early on. That we had 10 of playoff teams, but like I said, we only got 7. Now, I said before Matthew Stafford, I said before he got traded that we were gonna be 4 and 13 or 12, whichever one the NFL allowed. Now it doesn't look like they've accounted for that 17th game, which is very curious. But man, at the crib, oof. I'm still saying it, bro. I'm still saying we might beat the Bears, maybe. We might beat the Falcons, Bengals, and Eagles. Maybe, or Eagles, 49ers. So we beat the Bears once. We're not going to beat Green Bay. We're not going to beat Minnesota. Dalvin Cook's going to eat us alive. I'm saying 4, 12, and 13, gentlemen. That's where I'm at. I mean, this is not necessarily a
1 or 2. That's all we're getting.
Ooh, so Trox says, oh, we lost. Wait. Okay. So Trox says 1 or 2 wins?
1 or 2 wins.
It's going to be a long
maybe 3.
Okay,
I'll put 3 just because you don't know.
Let me say this real quick, because that game right there, I hope it's in November-ish, December, because I want to get out of the cold of Michigan and I want to go to this game here, LA, man.
Hey, how well they don't? It's not going to happen because obviously, we play at home on this day.
Right.
But how crazy would it have been if the roles would have been reversed? LA would have been playing at home, or would have went to Detroit, and that would have been our Thanksgiving Day game.
Oh yeah. Either way, it would have been a sellout. I think that game. We gotta believe and hope that we're back in the stands, at least 75% maybe. But I gotta. It's mean and vicious, man. I mean, I don't know who we can beat because
I'm going to say this 50-50 on the Eagles. Bengals, you probably can beat. Falcons, you probably could beat. The Rams are 50-50 as well. That's why I said about 3 wins.
Okay, but Mark, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. So Atlanta picks 4th, right? Is that right?
Yes.
I think. Yes. Okay. So do they? Justin Fields, like, do you have anybody going to Atlanta? Because I don't want to sleep on it. We barely beat them. We barely beat them this year. If Todd Gurley actually doesn't score, we lose, and maybe we get the 7th or 6th pick. But he scored. We know what happened, and we got the win.
And remember, Matt, number 9 is gone.
Yes, he is.
100%.
Right. So we lose that game away again. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. So Mark, I mean, how do you feel, bro? Do you think it matters if Atlanta takes Justin Fields or a quarterback? Do you think we currently this is early, guys. We're not even officially in the offseason yet. So these are all entertainment purposes only.
We are 100% in the offseason.
Well,
right now.
Okay, well, now we are. Now we are.
Yeah, now we are. But the league year.
Oh, the league year. Okay,
the league year. That's what I meant. That's what Mr. Johnny Correction. All right, bro. I feel you. All right, now listen. No, it's all good. It's all good, man. You got to keep me on my toes. I wouldn't find out any other way. But
perfect.
Man, I see going to the 12. We got to go to the Dog Pound. We got to go to Lambeau as usual. U.S. Bank Stadium. I just don't know, fellas. I don't know, Mark. Do you feel like? I mean, okay. Let me ask you early on, Mark Orum. Is there a certified win and a certified loss? This is all entertainment purposes only.
Like a for sure win and a for sure
win, for sure loss by entertainment purposes.
Well, okay. I'm going to say a for sure loss would be the Baltimore Ravens. We're not going to win that game. We're not going to beat Green Bay. For sure win. I can't be honest with you guys, man. I'd be lying to myself and I'd be lying to you if I say there's a for sure.
Mark, this is
okay,
entertainment
purposes.
Yeah, entertainment.
Okay, Atlanta Falcons. Because you asked me earlier, Grid, you're asking me who they going to take. Like, who is Atlanta taking? Okay, first of all, I don't know. At 4, I haven't really heard too much about Atlanta. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Matt Ryan. They could be going.
They're saying Matt Ryan could be back, and they still could be going quarterback still.
Okay. Yeah, if they go quarterback, that team needs defense. That team needs defense. They are trash on defense as well. Not as trash as us, but they are trash. So I will say for sure win Atlanta, and that's it. That's it.
Wow. Yeah. We're the new Jacksonville Jaguars at this point.
Yeah, I would almost want to say, Grid, I would almost want to say maybe Chicago at home, because I don't know what their quarterback situation is, but they got a pretty good D. But I think we always give them fits at home.
Yeah.
We always give them fits, but if you're going to put
they still always beat us at home.
They always beat us, but Atlanta, that's my pick, man, for fun, I guess.
Now don't forget, one of these games is the Thanksgiving game and is at home. So one of those 8 is the Thanksgiving game.
I hope it's.
I feel like early, fellas. This is my bold prediction. If it's not Chicago, anybody in the division, my bold prediction, it is the Baltimore Ravens at home.
On Thanksgiving?
On Thanksgiving.
Hey, hold on.
That'll be disastrous.
NFL trying to put a smackdown on Thanksgiving.
That's what I think, bro.
Dude,
I think
that's one job.
That's a curb stop. That's a curb stop right there.
That is a curb stop. Even though Lamar Jackson, don't have a lot of faith in that guy, but it's all good. We got the phone lines open. We're going to we got the loyal blowing up the phone lines. Travis, what's good, man? What's going on with you?
Nothing much. I just wanted to give my predictions on how many games we're gonna win.
Okay, now Trap. Wait, I think before you do that, you don't have to do that, man. This is all just like an entertainment. But if you want to, you can.
I think Dan Campbell's gonna have our squad fired up for next year, and we're only going to lose to the Steelers and Ravens.
Wait, you said only going to lose to the Steelers and Ravens?
Yep.
Okay, so we lose 1 at home and 1 on the road. So that means we go 14-2 if we have 16 games.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we're going to win every game by a touchdown because of how fired up our team is.
Wow. Hey, Trap, I love that, bro. Now, so you said, wow. Okay, so who gives us the best, like the worst or the most kickback? Who gives us the hardest game you think of the year?
Probably Green Bay Packers.
I see that. Travis Dooley, man. Hey, listen, bro. 14-2. I dig it. I love it. That means we win. Not only do we win the North, we gotta win the NFC in total. And we going to at least the championship game. I love it, bro. I love it, man. Appreciate you, Trav.
Yep.
All right, Travis Dooley with the prediction of 14-2. Man, Dan Campbell coming through. Hey, listen, 14-2. He not biting off kneecaps. He eating whole people. At 14-2, he eating everybody. I'm talking about Hannibal Lecter.
Now I'm gonna do something, but this is all out of love. Travis Dooley, I love you, brother, but ain't nobody gonna say 14-2. I mean, I love the enthusiasm. I love it because eventually I want to be 16-0. But we got to remember one thing, folks. The Detroit Lions have the worst defense on humanly possible. Yeah, and on top of that, we have a brand new coaching staff.
Yeah.
We don't know where people are going to be at, if they're going to switch schemes, what kind of scheme are we going to run?
We got to do 4-3, bro. I have a feeling we're doing 4-3.
I mean, but our defensive coordinator knows how to play 3-3-5, knows how to play 3-4, knows how to play 4-3. I mean, he's so multiple ways. But I mean, like, we don't know nothing. That's
why don't we just get into 119?
That 9 wide.
No, Lord,
hey, actually, you know what? We were solid in the 9 wide.
I like the 9 wide, man, because we had the players that could actually run it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's another reason why I love Chris Couric. He was the mastermind behind the Y9.
Man, okay, Mark. That's now. Listen, Trav, it ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I mean, listen, it's got to be some hope out there. It's got, especially with a guy like me with the Spiked Kool-Aid. I'm bringing it, man. I'm old, I'm tired, and I'm ready to win. Mark,
we'll see. Like with that, like this year is going to be that throwaway year. Next year, when or the following year after that, we're gonna have a ton of money.
I don't like that, Trucks. I don't like throwaway years, bro.
I mean,
I don't think
you know what?
But
this is the thing. Yeah. On the greater scale of things, you have to have some like a fall guy, and this would be the fall season.
So the scapegoat is this season.
Is the scapegoat. This is the okay. We got to see what we have here first before we do whatever we're gonna go out and set ourselves to do. Plus, we're cap strapped. We have to rely super heavily on the draft. We have got to hit all 6 picks.
Yeah,
because we are so cap strapped.
We getting more, bro. We getting more. We
definitely we're probably going to get more, but I'm just saying, like, whatever draft picks you get, you have to hit on every single one.
That's
like
all
you
facts.
Can't have a Jelani Tavai and not know where to play him. You have to have a plan. Okay, I'm drafting him. This is exactly where he's going to play. He's going to bring that thunder, or he's going to play that coverage and things like that. If not, we are going to be in a world of hurt, and even set ourselves back another year.
Yeah,
that's why I said this year don't have the high expectations. The year after that, where we have money to put people around, things of that nature, that's when to have the high hopes.
Well, listen, guys, we've been on for 2 hours, almost 2 hours. We could go another 2. You guys have been amazing. Shout out to all the callers. Shout out to my panel, man. Thank you guys for coming out. We're going to wrap it up now. Let me know. I'm going to be putting out polls for the feedback on this show. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want to see more? We'll take it and we'll try to do this thing, man. So thank you guys for coming out. Make sure you guys check out I'm going to have a where you can call in. If you're too shy to call in to a live show, you can leave a comment, a voicemail, and I'll do a video on that on Mondays, and we'll go from there. So we'll wrap this thing up, man. Antonio, thank you for joining us, man. And how did you feel about so far the direction early, just 2 days into the offseason, how this team is going?
I think it's pretty all right. I like some of these coaching decisions. I like Campbell. Campbell's one of my top 3 guys. I hate our OC though. Hate it. Completely hate it. Not even like it at all. That man is trash. But I like our DC, like some of our picks. I think we're building towards a solid staff. We're going on with 16 though. Solid staff.
Hey.
Solid staff.
Woo!
Stop it. We got a super chat from Travis Dooley. Says Lions believe they can fly and they can touch the sky and will win games by 1 score.
Hey, I love that. I love that fire though. I
do, man. I do, because if they drag you down like they did me, then that's not a place that everybody can handle. So it's always good to have hope, man, and look toward the future and not stay in the past. The season ended Sunday night, and a lot of people I saw on Twitter, they just like everybody's 0-0, like it was we're fresh. And I even saw somebody.
It's facts though. We are 0-0.
Somebody said, this is our year. We had another Twitter Kool-Aid drinker said, this is our year. So we did again. So, Mark, man, how are you just feeling overall about early offseason moves by the Detroit Lions?
Hey, I love what they're doing. I love what Sheila is letting these football guys take care of, kind of keeping her nose out of it. Rod Wood as well, hiring guys like Chris Spielman, bringing in a team. Barry Sanders coming on board. You know what I mean? Dan Campbell surrounding himself with some football guys as well. You know what I mean? Some young football guys that have been in the game, and with coaches that have played on really good football teams. You know what I mean? And coached good football teams. We're scooping guys that have actually coached some great teams. So I really like what's going on early on. I want to be the guy that's going to say, hey, man, we're going to win 13 games, but I can't do that this year because, like Trox said too, we are so far behind right now. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not just a player or two away, guys. We're defense is absolutely garbage. We don't know who the wide receivers are going to be, the systems, the offense, the defense, everything. You know what I mean? Everything's brand new. So I can't be that guy. I can't come at you guys and say, yeah, man, 13 wins. But I do love what's going to happen in the future. I like the future. I do. I like what's going on.
Fantastic. Mark, before you get out of here, man, let them know what's going on ORUM'S Forum, bro.
ORUM'S Forum, guys. I'm trying to drop videos as much as I can right now on a Detroit Lions. I'm coming at you guys with some videos almost every other day. It will be eventually every day, hopefully. But I'm off work for a bit, so I got lots of time on my hands, guys. Back to work in 3 weeks. So I'll be dropping some videos, guys, and some Lions videos. Maybe I might even throw in a couple Tiger videos. I'm not too sure yet, but the videos are coming.
All right. Appreciate that. Mark, stay in the building, man. Troxel Sports Talk. What do you got for the people, man, as we wind up today's show?
Well, tomorrow on Troxel Sports Talk, we are going to have necessary roughness. We're going to talk all 32 teams. You want to talk some Detroit Lions? You want to talk some Pittsburgh Steelers? You want to talk just a random team? It doesn't matter. We're going to talk college. We're going to talk NFL. You want to bring in XFL talk? Come on down. We'll talk, this is about football. Hopefully, my main man, Gridiron Blitz, hopefully you be able to hop on, even if it's for a little bit, because I know you do enjoy some XFL and things like that. So if you want, come on down. I'll have a panel, hopefully, if the fellows are down. If not, I'll ride it solo for the week. But the invitation will be down. If the subscribers that all want to get on, let me know. I do ask to have a headset that has like a microphone. So if you have, I can't find it off the top of my top of the thing. But if you have if you have an iPhone and you have the headpiece, with the microphone, I do ask to do that, and I appreciate that, Gridiron Blitz.
Absolutely.
And and just keep it clean. 110% keep it clean. But we're gonna have that. That is every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then after that, tomorrow, I will be going live for some squeak basketball. Shout out to Michael Johnson. That's what he calls it. So, we like to have some fun.
Yeah.
But we're going to go live for some basketball. And right now, my football season is complete. So it is going to be football and hockey and things like that the rest of the way till baseball kicks off. And we'll add that. We have UFC, boxing, things of that nature. So, if you love sports, come on down to Troxel Sports Talk. That's what we do on Troxel Sports Talk. We're sports talk. So come on down.
Got him.
But love you all. Appreciate the awesome show. If you haven't liked it up, like it on your way out. And this is Troxel Sports Talk. Have a nice day. Peace out.
That's my man, Troxel Sports Talk. That is the crew, the ISN crew. I want to thank all of you guys for coming out today for the third Spiked Kool-Aid show. Shout out to MICROMIKE, who, man, had the itis, but he did his thing. I want to thank Tone. I want to thank Troxel Sports Talk. I want to thank Mark Orem. And I want to thank you guys for coming in here. And the goal is to really, really have this show where you want to call in and things like that, because that's what I set out YouTube to do. And I hope that you guys want to support it. So with that being said, you guys have been awesome. And I want to say again, condolences to the Schottenheimer family, man. I know Brian is coaching in the National Football League as a position coach, I believe. And Marty Scheit, you know who I'm trying to say. He passed away today. And, man, it's just life is too short, man. We want to make sure that we live every day to the fullest. And with that being said, man, you guys have been awesome. I'll see y'all next week for Spiked Kool-Aid. Take care, everybody.
When you step across the white stripe, the only thing that matters is that 6 inches between your backbone and your breastbone.
I like the character of this football team. Because I'll tell you what, guys, when you get your back in a corner and people start looking left and right. All you got to do in this locker room is look at one another.
You guys stood tall. You reached down in the inner part of your gut and you did what had to be done. And I want to tell you something, guys. When you do that, there ain't nobody can ever take that away from you because you did it. And I'm proud of you. Congratulations.